Good morning. This is Christy Wildman with the continuing saga of my health care from the VA, and I have good news. Um, I I got to see an ortho. I went into the emergency room on Monday, which was something that the Lord really impressed me to do. And then it was confirmed by another veteran and by someone else. So I went to the VA emergency room. That was an interesting experience in and of itself, finding someone who could pick me up in the morning so I could get in there early enough to get things done and stay open-ended. Most people work, even people my age and older. So it worked out. A friend from church, his mom was visiting, and she just happens to love to take people to the hospital. She considers it her ministry. So I got to meet Cinda. And we got there, and we met. First thing, who told you to come to the emergency room? Well, my PCP's nurse. So then they looked and they put me into a room, and a nurse comes in and says, well, I have dug a little deeper into your situation, and it looks like you're supposed to have an appointment today to see the ortho PA. Okay, well, I didn't get called about that. And I said, well, I called up there, and they said, yes, send her up. And they had been given permission to overbook. So I go up there, and then I hit the receptionist, right? She goes, you got to go get x-rays, and when you come back, they will be going to lunch. And I said, okay. So we went and got x-rays, came back, and I said, it's noon. Are they all gone to lunch? She didn't even check. She just said, yes, they are all gone to lunch. What time will they be back? 1:00. So we went down to the commissary and canteen, and had some lunch and a nice little visit. I came back at 1:00, and I said, okay, we're here to check in. She goes, well, you're already checked in. And I'm like, okay, And then this lady comes out, probably a nurse or somebody, and she calls out my name. And I said, here. And she goes, where have you been? We've been looking for you all over the place. We were told to go to lunch. Who told you that? And I just pointed back at the lady at the reception. She goes, well, I wouldn't have told you that. Well, there was no way to get a hold of her without going through the lady in the reception. Anyway, we got back there, and we got to talking to the ortho person, who said, okay, we've looked at your x-rays, I've double checked with the doctors, and here's what we're going to do. So he laid out a plan. He also asked me if anybody had told me why they were x-raying my ankles. Like the radiologist? Tell me why I'm getting my ankle? No, they're not allowed to tell me anything. Well, apparently, with the break that I have, one of the things that often happens is down at my ankle, the two bones get split apart. And they're as tight can be. Thank you, Jesus. And so he said, no, you do not have to keep that brace on around the house. Yes, you can use partial weight bearing because it's the small bone, not the big bone, that is broken. And the big bone carries most of the weight. So to my whatever I can handle, I can put some weight on it, like when I stand up to get a cup out of the cabinet or transfer from the chair to the toilet. And I have an appointment coming up. So that's all good. And the other wonderful news is I have home health care scheduled. I've already had the phone interview and I've had the in-person interview. And it's starting next Wednesday. So my son decided to take time off and he came down and he is with me taking care of the things that I can't do. And he's going to build a ramp that is long enough and not quite so intense. And now, of course, today I get to talk to the HOA. Yay! But I just wanted to let you know I am in care and the break is stable. And when I don't overdo like I did in celebration of getting told that I didn't have to wear that stupid brace, I'm doing well. Thank you all for your prayers. Bye.